Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture. Today we're going over Teyana Taylor's third album called The Album. I have actually got into her until recently. I've seen her stuff all over the place and also being suggested to me, and I haven't really picked up anything that really pulled in. I loved her lyrics, but I didn't really know enough about her to make me want to invest further in. But what I came across was she released a single called We Got the Love featuring Lauryn Hill, and I really, really loved it, and I thought she was a rapper, so I was like, I need more rappers, female rappers on my review so I can actually, see more and expose some more of that genre. So once I had that song, I was like, okay, if there's an album comes out after this, I'm gonna check it out, and I go through the whole thing and look into it, and of course it did. So this is her third album from two other albums that happened before within four years between the two, between the first two, and then 2 years between the last one. So all in all, I really, really like this. I like this album because I like the lyrics is really good. The storyline is really, really nice, and I love the fact that she has a great voice and it's smooth. It's very Aaliyah kind of thing where it's just like she hits you. It's her vocals are effortless. At the same time, it's smooth. Like, it doesn't really seem like she has that much, doesn't take that much for her to hit the high notes or low notes. She just slides perfectly into those notes, and it's so nice. So let me go through some of the songs I really, really liked and make some shout outs to a couple ones that either I liked or kind of was more of a safe direction. I watched too much RuPaul. So going into the intro is pretty much her talking. It's a 911 call from her husband, who's calling the 911 saying that Teyana gave birth, and they inside the bathroom and had to figure out what he could do to take away the umbilical cord, what instructions to do while he's there, because they're not at the hospital. And so I think that at this time, it's time for them to take care of the baby, and they don't have time to get to the hospital before, to get to the hospital, pretty much. So I really loved it. I love the full phone call, and I love the fact that he was crying because he found out it was a girl, and he's definitely worried and happy at the same time, and I love that idea, and he's trying to calm down Teyana too, and I think that's really nice. Going into the next song, which is one of my favorites, is Come Back to Me featuring Junie and Rick Ross. Junie, I think, is probably her daughter, which I thought was really, really cute. The song samples You Don't Know My Name by Alicia Keys, which you definitely hear it when you go in. But it's subtle. It's very subtle. It's in the background, and I love when producers do songs with a subtle sample and not in your face sample. And I feel like it's pretty much what she does throughout the whole thing. You can hear the hints of the sample, but it's never the main part of the show. I really love it. This song is pretty much talking about her breaking up with this guy, and she says, if my heart is really yours, then boy, you'll come back to me. Pretty much saying that there's obviously something going on between them that's doesn't really seem like it's working in that direction, but I also feel like she sees that maybe a break between the two and them going off their own little direction could figure things out, and maybe after they figure things out, they get back together, kind of thing. I thought that was really nice. I love her. I love this. Since it's my first time getting into her officially, I love that start and hearing her voice and getting to what she sounds like, and I love it. I love it. Another one I really like is Lowkey, featuring Erykah Badu. I cannot believe she's doing stuff. Not doing stuff. She's a mogul herself, but it threw me off because you only get a certain features from her. It seems like she's very picky of who she chooses to feature on. And she chose this one, and I really love it. That the voice, the lyrics, and the vocals mingle so perfectly. This song's talking about how she wants to be with this guy, but she's in a relationship. So it's a shout out to Erykah Badu's song "Next Lifetime," where she talks about the same thing, where she's like, "I want to be with you, but I'm with a guy, so maybe we'll get back together and we'll come back, or maybe we'll have a chance in the next life." And I really love that. I love that one. It sounds great. What's another one? I love the 1-800 one night. It's a bit of a short song, but it's pretty much it's a sexy call service in a way that she's kind of making it sound like, and at the same time she's talking about a one night stand. And I love that. So this whole first half is a mixture between sexy and kind of talking about relationships, but it's heavy. It gets heavily sexy in the middle part after Lowkey. And I love it. I think it was really nice. I love Morning was one of my favorite songs by featuring Kehlani. Love the production. The production's amazing, and it's very sexy, and it's about two women making love. And I love it. I think that's great. I think that anybody was going to be in that type of topic of song featured, it had to be Kehlani. She knows what she's talking about, and she does that in her music too. And they just sync. I'm gonna watch the music video after this actually, because I realize there's a music video, and I definitely want to get into that. Boomin featuring Missy, Elliott in Future with the sample of 808 by Black. Love it. It pissed me off a bit because I love that song. So it's like when she goes boom like an 808, and then she goes circles like a figure eight, and I waited for her to feels good to head to toe. Hold to me, baby, here we go. But she doesn't say that. She didn't say now hold on to me, baby, here we go. So I was just ready. I was so in my head. I was already like singing the next like line and everything in my head, but she doesn't do it. But that's good. So. And this is also this is also produced with the help of Timbaland, and I love anything that Timbaland's like fucking shits on or puts his fucking face on or does anything. I love it. I love him. I'm a huge fan of him. So when I saw that he was beatboxing in the background like he used to do, it was so amazing. I can't even do it. I wish I could. When I was young, when Aaliyah was out and that song, like, are you that somebody was one of the first time I noticed that he did that. So I tried my best to kind of like mimic it, and he's just amazing. Anyway, the song is amazing. I love it. And then 69 was really cute. I love the let's create the cancer sign. I think that's super funny. Another song I like, which is a very short song. I think it's a transition. I think that's her way of transitioning into the new topics that she's going to talk about in her album. Almost like a act 3. I want to say it's like an act 2. This isn't act 2. So this one's talking about how she's like toast to my ex friend who made you my ex man. And I think what she's saying, just like he completely fucked up, and not only that, but her ex friend who was part of it fucked up, which I'm assuming that they cheated together. And she's like, you just turned me bad. You turned this good girl into a bad girl, and now she's ready. And it moves into Wrong Bitch, where she says, like, don't fuck around with me, and you can't fuck around me, expect me to stay. And she says that, don't fuck around with me. So I love that. And it goes into Shoot It Up featuring Big Sean, which is one of my favorite songs. And because I love it, it's a call and response kind of thing, and I love that. So her side is saying that she's like, she says, I feel like you're not giving me the love I'm giving back to you. And she doesn't want to be around somebody that's going to not do that. And he responds back in his verse saying that I don't think she's really communicating that well to her to really make it seem for him to get that's what she's looking for. But now that he knows, he wants to work it out in that direction. But I think that's what he was saying. He's like, I didn't really know this was on your mind and this was going on. So I really love that. And then it goes into a lot of heavy, like, amazing lyrics. Like, she just goes in. And this is also a showing of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 is the idea of she's showing you, like, she doesn't have to do samples in any of her songs if she doesn't want to. She showcased that in these, like, 5 songs. So I really love it. I love losing each other when she talks about where she knows that they're breaking up, but she doesn't want to lose him out of her life. She still wants to check up on his brother, and talk to her mom still, and just pretty much care to be there for him, but not even if they break up, she still wants to be part of his life in that direction. And I think it's kind of nice. I also like Concrete. I felt like that was a really cool, interesting topic. She talks about how she's like, tell me what's worse, looking crazy or looking weak. And I think that's her idea, is that their relationship's full of pettiness and pride, and so she doesn't want to look weak, so she reacts. She also doesn't want to look crazy, so she also reserves some of her reactions because she doesn't want to look like she's always having issues with things going on. And I think it's really, really nice. It's something that does not really talked about often. I also loved Ever Ever, featuring with the sampling of The Sweetest Thing with Lauryn Hill. Love that song too. So I love the production. I love it sinking in, like the sampling going in and out of it, not really intensely. Like she says some lines of it, and there's some like lower tone version of it, and it's not the centerpiece, and I love that. This one's pretty much saying she's wondering if her ex still thinks about her. Another one I love is Friends, with the melody being by Just Friends by Music Soul Child, and I love that song too. It's very catchy. It's very iconic. It's very popular. Everybody knew that song. And the dum 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 dum, and I love it. It's in the background. It's very subtle in the background. I love it. I love this part that she says, sometimes I wish I never let you hit this. Sometimes I wish that I let you finish your hit list. And I think what she's saying is that this guy obviously is not sure to commit to her. And she's kind of okay with it. She's not okay with it technically because she wants him to commit. But she also understands, she also sees that he's not entirely there, and he doesn't really want to, and he definitely has all these girls that he wants to, like, hit up and everything. So she's saying, like, just go out and do it. Go, take the time, go out there, do your thing, check off your hit list, and when you're ready, come back, you know? But it's one of the things, she's like, I don't want to waste time. I don't want us to waste time with each other when you obviously are not ready to commit to one person, kind of thing. I love that. And she's like, I'm cool with it. Just go, you know. Another ones I like was How Do You Want It? Another sampling by Mace's song What You Want. Love that song too. So of course she's picking all these perfect songs I fucking love. So it's just like I was just intrigued as I go on and on. Shout out to King Combs, which I didn't know that was P. Diddy's son the whole time, and he has his own rap into it, and he just glides right over that fucking beat, and it's so fucking nice. And she's saying you're fucking with the bitch that's never average, and I love that. Going to the final song, which I really, really love, which is one of my first songs I got into her with, is We Got Love featuring Lauryn Hill. It's a iconic ending. I love it. She's We Got the Love, sampled by We Got the Love from the Young Hearts. I haven't heard that song before, but so I haven't heard that song before, but I love the sampling into it. So Teyana raps in this, and she kills it. She fucking kills it like it's nothing. Like she's probably texting while she's doing this because it's nothing to her. I really love that song. I love the ending where Lauryn Hill starts talking, and she's just spitting all types of truth, and I love it. She says, "If you can't be a person, be a person of dignity while you're having all these things, being rich, having a lot of material stuff, having love and all that stuff like that. If you can't have integrity with this, what does it matter? What does it matter? None of these things mean anything without your integrity." And she says your value is internal, and it just says like you have to find your own happiness with yourself and not lean on somebody else that you can fall in love with to be your happy. Like there's no such thing as somebody's other half. Like you have to be whole to actually understand life and to approach life with more confidence and not feel like you're worthless if you have that self-love, which she says and made it. She says self-love is the best love. If you have that on the beginning, you don't have to worry about if this guy is into you or not. Because you say, I know I'm fucking cute, I know I'm fucking amazing, so if this guy doesn't want me, it's his own problem. Or I don't have this money, but I have this heart, I have my self-confidence, I have my self-love, so it doesn't really matter, you know? Anyway, love that. I love that message. I give this album, and try not to be so crazy too biased, but I honestly give this album a 9 out of 10. I really, really love it. I'm so glad I got introduced to her that way. I'm going to go backwards and look at her other stuff. Leave a comment below, tell me what you thought. If you liked it, didn't like it. If you did, tell me what songs are your favorite. And I'll hope, subscribe, hit the like button, all that jazz, and I'll see you all in the next video.